If you or someone you know is thinking about suicide, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That's 1-800-273-TALK. Once again, that's 1-800-273-TALK. Learn the warning signs of suicide and save a life.
Sweet kicking Jesus, look at the time. It's time for me to do my obligatory rhythm game review. Time to open up RetroArch.
Alrighty, so let's take a look at the library today. Let's see what obscure rhythm game I could play. So, okay, so let's see. Bust a Groove? Nah, not feeling it. UnJammer Lammy? Yes, that's a bit obscure though, but nah, I ain't feeling it. It plays just like PaRappa, just an FYI. Beat Mania? I'll get copyrighted hell if I play even 1 second of music from this game though, so no, I'm staying away from this. Punch the Monkey Game Edition? Ooh, I'm definitely keeping this in my back pocket in case of anything. Vib-Ribbon? Sure, let's go. Let's run this baby.
I honestly don't know what I'm getting myself into, but let's just hope for a pleasant gaming experience. So why do I feel today already? Rule 34, this character. I really don't want to check this, but you know what, fuck it.
12 seconds later.
No, you goddamn degenerates! You horny bastards need to get bonked and go to horny jail. You fucking maniacs! Why? Hey guys, Juggz here, and welcome back to another video, and hope you're having a great summer so far, except for you, Mr. Softy's truck. You never come around my block anymore, when all I wanted was a vanilla milkshake. God damn you! Is that too much to ask? Yes, I do like vanilla. Yes, call me basic.
Tangents aside, I'm pretty sure some of my viewers know that I have a thing for rhythm games, like big time. I took a look around. Hold up, let me count that up for a second.
Here's the problem. Too many toasters.
I have done a total of 5 videos about rhythm games, so by no means I'm a stranger to the genre. However, this game right here is a gem in the rough. This game is called Vib-Ribbon, harking back to a time when PS1 games were willing to be experimental rather than being a walking simulator with a terrible revenge plot. Yes, this is a dig at Last of Us 2. How experimental we're talking about? Enough for it to never release in the States. It did release in Europe, which is rare because Europe is known for getting their games last. As per usual, as a person in the 90s who lived in North America, you would have to import the game. What a hassle, am I right? This is why we have emulation to let us experience these games that we never got. My only warning to you, my fellow viewers, is to emulate at your own discretion. Now I'm being pretty serious about this. Take the time to research and learn how emulation works and work your way from there. Wait a second. I was about to say something really important though, but there's this big old Jolly Roger in my background though. I don't need this shit right here. No, I'm actually trying to be serious about this. Hold up, I got you. There we go. Perfect. Now no one can suss me out for being a pirate. Hopefully. Upon loading the game, you're introduced to the vector-based graphics this game has. It looks simple at first, but let me tell you, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Leonardo da Vinci has my back. He's the one who said that. I hope so. Can't take anything on the internet for granted when it comes to quotes. This angular looking bunny here is named Vib-Ribbon. She, yes you heard that right, Vib-Ribbon is female if it ever was ambiguous to you at first. Thought I would mention that off before anyone gets confused on why I use female pronouns for her. Are we good? Okay, let's press on. So what's the deal with Vib-Ribbon? Vib-Ribbon is a rhythm game developed by none other than Nana Onsha, go figure. Known for making, and famously known for PaRappa the Rapper. They are the reason why rhythm games are the way they are, so major props to them for being the harbinger, the Ayatollah, the supreme commander, the OGs of modern rhythm games. This company always has a special place in my gaming heart. Fun fact, Vib-Ribbon was originally made to be used in a Mercedes-Benz commercial. After the completion of PaRappa the Rapper in 1996, Masaya Matsuura was given the unusual task to develop a commercial for Mercedes to appeal to the younger audience. The first prototype was actually not a wireframe but a polygonal-like car moving along the road in the beat to the audio. It was a somewhat living car too, the headlights were even its eyes, according to Matsuura. Sadly, we don't have an image or a clip of what this commercial came out to be. The reason why this commercial never came into fruition is because the car they were advertising, the Mercedes A-Class, had a fatal design flaw. It had trouble with strong winds coming from the sides, which would tip the car over. Not gonna lie, I had a morbid thought in my head where the car was a tipped cow struggling to get back because the wind wouldn't let it do so. Tangents aside, this tipping effect was most likely due to the materials being so light that even the strong wind could push it over. This is just me inferring from what I know cause you know, I have an actual degree in engineering, fun fact. Never thought I would use my BS to help explain something. I should start using it more. Because of said design flaw, Mercedes had to pull the plug on the project, which included funding for the commercial. Matsuura almost gave up on the project until the young team members of Nana Onsha encouraged Matsuura to continue on with the project. So as they pressed on, the headlights of the polygonal car became the wide eyes of the vector rabbit we know as Vib-Ribbon. Using the same concept where the object was moving along to the beat of the audio became the main gameplay mechanics for Vib-Ribbon.
That is quite the turmoil the company went through. I'm surprised they actually persevered and developed this game. Usually bigger companies would pull the plug if the game wasn't going their way. Also, this is just between you and me, but don't let Scalebound distract you from the fact that Microsoft has a hard time appealing to the Japanese market.
Now, unlike PaRappa, Vib-Ribbon uses music from the J-pop group Life in Peace, which they made exclusively for this game. I would demonstrate how they sound.
Walking by the ribbon, duck is by my side. Raindrops falling on me, I have no umbrella. Do you wanna shake your head? I give you my hot guitar. Do you wanna stop my feet? I give you my bottom. Do you wanna shake your hip? I give you my puppets. Do you wanna clap your hands? I give you.
I hate myself.
The gameplay is simple. You got Vib-Ribbon across a line that is filled with obstacles that correspond to the beat of the song you are playing. There are 4 types of obstacles within the game. There is the block where you have to press the L1 button. The loop corresponds to the R1 button. The wave is represented by the X button. And finally the pit, which you use the down button. Simple enough to remember, right? Well, how about we throw in hybrids where you have to press 2 buttons at the same time?
Honestly, hitting those hybrid notes really do mess with my concentration when trying these for the first time. Like, honestly, I need to be some sort of like a zone in order to get over the hump. And it's very ulcer-inducing, I can tell you that much though, but my god, it's very rewarding by the end of it.
There is a neat graphic online I found which shows which button is associated with which obstacle if you are a visual learner. You can pause the video to see it for yourself. Now if by the off chance you do miss your notes, whether it is mistimed button presses or bug game mechanics, quote unquote, you will hear Vib-Ribbon scream in pain.
Now that is, honestly, the worst thing a human being could do to an inanimate object. And if you do that on purpose,
I'll force you to play the entire set list with DDR Maniac difficulty until your ligaments start falling apart. You got that, Chief? I did.
Mess up too many times and Vib-Ribbon will turn into a frog and then into a worm. Don't ask me how that biologically works, just know that it shouldn't make sense to begin with. However, on the other hand, if you do hit your notes correctly, Vib-Ribbon will not only turn her back to normal, but she will evolve into Queen Vib-Ribbon. Yas, Queen, rock that crown while stunting on these hoes. Work that rhythm, baby, work it. Matsuura decided this weird chain of evolution because he wanted to show players feedback and how they are playing visually. As quoted,
"We always thought she was a ballerina dancing in the street or a figure skater. By becoming a frog and the way it moved, we wanted to make you feel bad when devolving and elated when evolving."
The scoring is one, if not one of the most head-scratching things to figure out at first. Your score is determined by the shapes you have on the top screen, which by the end of the stage gets converted into the number. There is a whole wiki dedicated to this so you can see which shape determines the numbers you will get. Bonus points also get rewarded at the end of stage 2. Earning a high score will allow Vib-Ribbon to sing you the song of her people. I mean a congratulatory song to show appreciation on how well you did. Neat, I guess. Now you might be a fool to think that this is all to the game, but of course, like in my past videos, that is where you're wrong, my wonderful viewers. This is where the true beauty of the game comes in. Through the use of some clever programming, you can play your audio CDs as tracks in this game. How does that work? Well, the game is a small game to begin with, under 2 megabytes to be exact, which happens to be small enough to fit into the PS1's RAM. Through the use of the RAM, the game and the level generator algorithm are stored into it, hence why you can pop them with the CD compartment like no problem. In relation to the talented programmer who found out this breakthrough, Matsura said,
He discovered how to analyze CD audio using PlayStation hardware. Kind of a security hole in the PlayStation system. I think maybe the system designer of Sony was very upset.
So here's how the system works in a nutshell. You put your favorite CD in, the algorithm does its job, and you can enjoy your own music in Vib-Ribbon's world. However, there's a bit of jankiness to the algorithm because some levels can be impossibly difficult to embarrassingly easy. Depends on the song, of course. Then again, this is surface level stuff. If you really want to talk about the technical details, here's how the algorithm works. Let's just say you want to play, I don't know, Baka Mitai from the Yakuza OST, for example. You load this hypothetical CD into the PlayStation, and the game analyzes the audio when you load it in. Once you choose the track you want to play and start the course, the background programming scans the audio 8 seconds ahead of time and calculates on what is going to happen. The programming mostly looks for frequency changes, which is basically a change in pitch. To put it simply, it looks for breaks and loud parts, and that becomes the obstacles within the track. Of course, writing wasn't the easiest part for Matsura and Omsha. A lot of experimenting and time, of course, went into writing the script for the algorithm, even as far as using the dev teams' CDs as experiments to see if it worked. We had a lot of CDs on our desk, and we would try each one. I remember one day I played with Brian Eno. No pieces came out. Now, since I am playing this on an emulator, the method to get this programming marvel working is way different than just popping open a disk drive. Funny thing, my PC doesn't have a disk drive. Sue me, I guess. Anyways, here's how you get your music into Vib-Ribbon through the use of EPSXE. Step 1. Get a CD/disk burner program like Magic ISO or Power ISO. In this tutorial, I'll use Power ISO. Step 2. Select New, then Mix Mode CD. Add whatever MP3 you want to play, then click Save. Choose your destination folder, and voila! You get 2 files, a bin and a Q file. Now, if you are using Magic ISO, I should leave you with this warning. When you're adding music, make sure you leave a dummy audio file on the first track. I've been seeing in the forums that Vib-Ribbon doesn't detect the first track through Magic ISO for some strange reason. Keep that in mind if you are using that program. Step 3. Run the EPSXE emulator, then make sure to run Vib-Ribbon's Q format, not the bin file. If you emulate PS1 games, they usually come in these 2 files, and you can run the game using one or the other file. Step 4. Choose Play Audio from CD. Once the game tells you to swap the CD, hit Escape, then on EPSXE, go to File, change Disk, ISO. Select the custom .q file you made in your burner program, then voila, the game should load your music. Here are some example tracks to show you how amazing the music algorithm works in this game. Track names will be listed in the top left-hand corner of the screen for your convenience. Also, don't worry, there will be no music that will get this video taken down. Roll the music!
looks like a simple rhythm game at first though, but the more you research into it, it had a tumultuous development period. What initially started off as a car commercial, later on developed into the game that we know today. Hell, even the technical marvel of playing your own music into the PS1 is already a big feat within itself in the PS1 era. Once again, leave it to Nana Onsha to propel the music genre as usual. Hence why Vib-Ribbon gets a Vib-Ribbon singing the song of her people. Out of 10. That singing still gets me, by the way, though. But anyways, that's it for the video today, guys. This is Juggz signing off, and see you on the next video. Take care.